Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel InfoSec Lab, and today we're gonna be doing another room of TryHackMe's Web Cyber 2024. In today's room, we're going over Microsoft Azure, which is a cloud service provider. In this room, the learning objective is to learn about Azure, what it is and why it is used. Learn about the Azure services like Azure Key Vault and Microsoft Entra ID. We also learn how to interact with Azure tenant using Azure Cloud Shell. So first of all, what is Azure? Azure is a Microsoft's cloud computing platform that provides a wide range of services to build, deploy, and manage applications through Microsoft Global Network and Centers. And like AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure is a very popular cloud service provider, and it's been widely used for different purposes, depending on by many organizations. And what is Azure Key Vault? Today we're going to be going over one of the Microsoft Azure services, Azure Key Vault. Azure Key Vault is a Azure service that allows users to securely store and access secrets. These secrets can be anything from API keys, certificates, passwords, cryptographic keys, and more. Essentially, anything you want to keep safe away from the eyes of others and easily configure and restrict access to is what you want to store in Azure Key Vault. The secrets are stored in vaults, which are created by vault owners. Vault owners have full access and control over the vault, including the ability to enable auditing, so a record is kept of who access what secrets and grant permissions for other users to access the vault, known as the vault consumers. Muscady uses this service to store secrets related to evidence that has been entrusted to store some of Wareville's town secrets. Microsoft Entra ID. So Muscady also needed a way to grant users access to her system and be able to organize their access easily. So Wareville town members could easily access and update their secrets. So Microsoft Entra ID, formerly known as Azure Active Directory, is Azure Solutions. Entra ID is an identity and access management service. In short, it has the information needed to assess whether a user or application can access X resource. In the case of Wareville's town members, they made an Entra ID account and Muscady assigned the appropriate permissions to this account. With that covered, let's see what glitch has come up. So this is going to be a scenario we're going to work on today. Assume breach scenario. Knowing that a potential breach had happened, Muscady decided to conduct an assume breach testing within their Azure tenant. The assume breach scenario is a type of penetration testing setup in which initial access or foothold is provided, mimicking the scenario in which an attacker has already established its access inside the internal network. In the setup, the mindset is to assess how far an attacker can go once they get inside your network, including all possible attack paths that could branch out from the defined starting point of intrusion. So before getting into the lab, let's go over some steps to set up the lab. Over here, you can click the cloud details. As you can see, I've already done. And then you click the credential tabs right here. You're going to be provided username and password. Use this to open the lab. Click open the lab and you'll be prompted to log in. Use this username and password to log in. Once you log in, you're going to be prompted to set up MFA. Ignore that, ask later. Click ask later, and then you'll be welcome to the welcome page of the Microsoft Azure. Click cancel, we don't need those introductions. Over here, click the gear settings icon right here and then set the language and the region for your machine. Well, for me, because I'm already in the States, in the USA, so I don't have to do anything else. Now we're going to be using Azure Cloud Shell. What is it? Azure Cloud Shell is a browser-based command line interface that provides developers and IT professionals a convenient way to manage Azure resources. So basically, it's an interface for us to actually interact with Microsoft Azure resources. Azure CLI is a command line interface which is used for managing and configuring Azure resources. The glitch rely heavily on this tool while reviewing the Wareville tenants. So let's use the same thing, the same one while walking through the Azure attack path. So mainly in this room today, we're going to be using Azure Cloud Shell and Azure CLI command line interface to actually interact with the resources within Musketeer infrastructures. Okay, and then we click this icon right here. Once prompted, you'll be selecting Bash option, and then in the subscription options right here, select AZ subs AoC, and this is where you land. This is what it looks like. So let's get started. The very first command we run is this command. Oh, by the way, before diving deep into any Azure command, let's get to know the general syntax of Microsoft Azure CLI. So this is as it has been explained right here. This is the general syntax: AZ followed by the group, the subgroup, the action, and then whatever optional parameters that follow that action. So in this case, if we want to retrieve all the information about the logged in user on the account tenant, we can use this command right here, azad, and sign in user show. Okay, typo ad sign in user show, and will be provided all the information of the currently logged in user. Well, you can actually double check right here. Look at the credentials. You see, everything is the same. AoC 2024 on Microsoft.com user principal name. So this is the one we just used to log in. All right. So what's next? Now, for this command, we just run it to verify that this is the correct tenant that we are testing. And once we have confirmed the correct Microsoft tenant account, then we can enumerate all the users underneath this account. In order to do that, we run the following command: azad, and then no, not this one, user list. And as a result, you can see these are the list of the users underneath this account. So as it's been explained in the room that Musketeer has provided, so Microsoft Entra ID is identity and access management service, which in this case allow Musketeer to provide login credentials for towns, Wareville's town people to log in and store the secrets. So a lot of people with different username, like these are different emails used to log in. And as you can see, there's a lot to look at. We're not sure which one to look at. Well, fortunately, we got help from Musketeer team. After executing the command, you might have been overwhelmed with the number of accounts listed. For a better view, let's follow Musketeer's suggestion only to look for accounts prepared with WV user dash. According to her, these accounts are more interesting than the other ones. Alright, so we're gonna be applying the filters for the command. So let's clear this. azad user list filter starts with WV user slash, and then is the field we're looking at is going to be display name. Now keep in mind that I can actually just copy and paste this command into this, but in order to learn, I prefer typing out, because eventually at some point when I keep typing out the commands, I'll remember, if not all of it, is a part of it, and then it also helps me understand what the commands actually do. So yeah, you can copy and paste if you're lazy, but I wouldn't recommend that. And we've got a list of users with the same that start with WV users. dash. All right. Again, still a lot to look at. You might observe that unusual parameter was set to specific account in the output. One of the user backupware. Okay, it's going to be this user backupware right here. Password stored in the fields. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Oh yeah, compared to any other users where office location is null, this one has a value. Yeah, so this is the anomaly right here. Yep. And let's just copy and store that in a note right here, which I have already got it. Store a note. When glitch saw this one, he immediately thought it could be the first step taken to intruder to gain further access inside the tenant. However, he decided to continue the initial reconnaissance of users and group. Alright, so we have listed all the users within the tenants. Now let's see all the groups within the same tenant. AZ/AD group and then list. That's going to be the command we use. And again, we see a lot of, we see this group name is, this is creation date, description, group for recovering Wareville secrets. Okay, display name secret recovery group. Okay, ID, this is the ID of the group, and these are some other additional information to the group, most of which are not no. Alright, so we've got information about the group. Let's continue. Given the output, I can see that the group name secret recovery group exists. This is kind of an interesting group because of the description. So let's follow the white rabbit and list the members of this group. So now we have the group. We're gonna see which member is under this group, and we're gonna be doing that by using AZ/AD group member list and then provide the group name, which is secret recovery group, and we see there's one user, which is backupware. Alright, so far everything makes sense. We see, as we saw earlier, that backupware is the user that stood out from the list of users we filter because of this parameters values right here. And now we can confirm that, you know, this user is also under this secret recovery group, so there has to be something going on. Given the previous output, it looks like everything makes sense. Okay, all the previous commands seem to point to this specific user. Since we have seen potential setup credentials jump to another by clearing. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is log out the Microsoft account tenant and actually log into this specific user. So this is going to be the email or the username that we use to log in, and then this is going to be the password. Okay, so first account create and then AZ login -u, paste, and then -t the passwords right here. Okay, so looks like we've logged in as the user backupware right here. You can see the name, the tab users. In fact, we can actually double check AD sign in user show. Okay, we can confirm that. Now, as you notice, the output from this command is different from what we ran initially. confirming that we actually log in as this specific user, WV user backupware, the backupware user. Oops. Nope. Alright, let's continue. Azure role assignments. Since the backupware account belongs to an interesting group, the glitch first hunch is to see whether sensitive or privileged roles are assigned to the group. And his thought was, it doesn't make sense to name it like this if it can't do anything, right, Maskitty? But before checking the assigned role, let's have a quick run through the role assignments. So in Azure, role assignments define the resources each user or group can access. When a new user is created by an entry ID, it cannot access any resources by default due to a lack of role. To grant access, an administrator, Maskitty in this case, must assign a role to let users view or manage specific resource. The privilege level configured in a role ranges from read-only to full control. Additionally, group members can inherit a role when assigned to a group. So in order to, now we have the user, we also have the group. Let's try to enumerate the role assignment to this specific group and users. Well, let's try with the group first. So we have the group is secret recovery group and AZ role. As you can see right here, we're gonna be using this command, assign it, replace with the secret recovery group ID. In order to get this one, we have to go back this command AD group list, and we're going to copy this value right here. This is the group ID. Copy that. Okay, and then AZ role assign. Just want to make sure there's no typo. Assign no me, and then paste the group ID. Show all. So this command will list all the roles assigned to this specific group. So let's see how many roles. We have 1 rows, 2 rows. So we have 2 row assignments assigned to this group. First one, let's see, description, name, principal name. Okay, this is a group name, role definition. Oh, role definition, keyboard reader. Okay, that's 1 row. Let's go to your keyboard secret users. Okay, so that's the 2nd row. So what's the difference between these 2 rows? Let's go down and see the explanation here. The output seems like, okay, there are 2 roles assigned to this specific group, the keyboard reader and the keyboard secret user. The keyboard reader allows you to read the metadata of the vote. So the roles allow you to read metadata of the key votes, and its certificates, keys, and secrets cannot read sensitive values such as secret contents or key material. It's like you taking at the look from the outside of the vote. You know that, oh, they have a secret name ABC, but you can't, the keyboard reader can't actually read the content of the secret name ABC, whereas the keyboard secret users allow you to read the content of the secret ABC. So that's the only that's the difference between those 2. So again, keyboard reader only allows you to take a look at the keyboard, like what information is stored inside. It doesn't let you read the content of whatever inside of the secrets stored inside the vault. Whereas the keyboard secret user allow you to actually go inside the keyboard and read the content of the secret store inside. So that's the main difference between these 2 rows. Alright, we can actually confirm that by running a few commands. AZ keyboard list, and we have a keyboard name Wareville secrets. Right here, the output confirms that the keyboard is going from the row assignments named Wareville secrets. Now let's see if secrets are stored in this keyboard. Now because we have the keyboard reader, we are able to check whether there's secrets stored inside this keyboard. And AZ keyboard secret list, and then the vault name is going to be this one. Copy paste. Yes, we have one secret store, and this is all the information of that secret store inside the key vault. Attributes: the created, enable, expire, everything's known. No, everything's no. Content type, in the name, ID. Okay. Now we know that inside the vault there's a secret. Let's confirm our role as let's confirm the role that we figured out earlier, that we are able to read the content of the secret. How do we do that? We run this command: az key vault secret. Show vault name is Wareville, and the name of the secret in this case is AoC 2024. AoC 2024. Typo. Oopsie. Ta-da! Okay. So we're able to read the content of the secret. Okay, the ID, key ID, I guess. Manage name, AoC, tax value. Where's my man? 1919. Alright, so we have confirmed that both roles are assigned to the group. And because the user backup where is under this specific group, then it means that this specific account has access to all the secrets stored in the key vault. Bingo! The glitch claimed that he saw the output above. Masquerader confirmed that her nightmare that a regular user could escalate their way into the secrets of Wareville. Alright, so Masquerader was confirmed the attack path, and then that's it for the room today. I hope you learned more about the Microsoft Azure and how to navigate around Azure resources using the Azure CLI and Cloud Shell. Let's try answering the questions. What's the password backup for backup where that was late? It was recover secret right here. I mean, let's try the command again. AZAT user list and then filter. I'm just trying to practice with the command line. Filter and then starts with user, and then the field is gonna be display name. AZAD user list filter starts with WV user. Okay, display name. Oh, because we know the username, well, let's just use it. Backup where. Let's just use it. It's easier. Okay. Password is here. Cool. What's the group ID of secret recovery group? Password recovery. AZAD group list. ID. Copy. Now keep in mind that I have already noted down all of these informations in my note, but because I want to practice with the command line, I just keep typing again and again. What's the name of the secret? AoC 2024. Again. What was the command for that one? AZ key vault list. What is the content? What is the name of the vault secret? Okay, AZ key vault show secret. Is it in the, I forgot what the command was. Oh, secret list, and then the other one secret show. Secret list, and then default name is Wareville secret. Of course, it's AoC 2024, and once the contents basically start in the vote. Okay, AZ key vote secret show vote. Vote okay. Vote name is Wareville secrets, and then name is AoC 2024. Okay, so everything has been answered. Yeah, just a little bit rusty with the command line, Azure command line. So I think I need more practice on that one. How about you? Do you need more practice on the command line or Azure Cloud Shell? Let me know in the comment. And then that's it for today's video. If you have any questions or if you're confused about any part of this video, feel free to reach out to me. I will be happy to help. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye bye.